call Seamore.
At Honor Stadium, and joining me here today is Seamore. Seamore here weighs about 560 pounds. He is one of our largest male California sea lions and our best looking. You can find California sea lions all the way up and down our coast, down to Baja, Mexico, up into British Columbia. Is that right?
Thank you so much, Jamie. Well, today we are going to learn how it is that we train animals like Seamore. The techniques I'm going to talk with you about are the same techniques that you can use with dogs or cats at home. So if you want to train your animals better, pay attention, because what we do, you can do as well. The first thing about animal training, the most important thing to know, is that it all starts with building a relationship. How many of you enjoy spending time with your friends? Okay, it looks like most of you do. That way you learn about each other. You learn to trust each other, what you like, what your friend dislikes. Well, it works the same way with Jamie and Seamore here. They have to spend a lot of time together so that they too can learn to trust each other. It is not typical that a sea lion and a person are comfortable sharing a stage together. We have to spend a lot of time doing all sorts of things so that this can happen. Again, trusting relationships is the first and most important part of animal training. Now, once they've learned to trust each other, Jamie and Seamore, next they have to figure out how to communicate with each other. Now, when we communicate, we try talking, but when Seamore communicates, he sounds quite a bit different than we do. Jamie, could you ask Seamore to communicate? Now, did anyone out there understand that? Any sea lion translators for me? It looks like not many, maybe one up there. Well, the rest of us are stuck because we don't speak sea lion. So what we have to do is figure out another way to communicate with Seamore. The way Jamie does that is with a reward. Now, a reward communicates to Seamore, yes, you did something correctly. What do you think would be a great reward for Seamore? Shout out an answer. Fish! You're right, fish is an excellent reward for Seamore. Now, what is a reward for all of you? When you guys do something well, what do you want in return? Shout out some answers. I heard money over here. How about over here? Okay, I think I heard someone say candy. How about a trip to SeaWorld on a school day? How's that? Okay, so you know what a reward is? Seamore knows what his reward is. Now, we talked about fish. Do you think Seamore would be rewarded if we gave him broccoli? No! You're right, so we have to find the right reward. It's very easy for Jamie to reward Seamore with a fish when they're right next to each other. However, Seamore is not always right next to Jamie. Sometimes he's up here on the second level of the stage with me, and we can't reward him right away. So we have to figure out another way to communicate to him that he's doing something correctly, even if we can't give him the fish right away. What we do is we use a signal that we call a bridge. The bridge signal here at this stadium that Seamore understands is the word okay. Everyone shout out, okay. Okay. That was a very good job. What we use is when Seamore hears the word okay, it bridges the gap from when he does the right behavior to when he gets the fish as a final, as a primary reward. So it lets him know, yeah, you did it right, and soon you're going to get your most important reward, which would be the fish. Right now, I'm going to turn it over to Jamie to show you how we use the word okay. When she says the word okay, when you hear it, please help us out. Raise your hand so that Seamore can know that we all understand he did everything correctly.
Okay. 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 Okay.
Thank you, Jamie. So did you see that Seamore did quite a few correct behaviors there? And every time he heard the word okay, which signaled to him, yes, I'm doing it correctly, and eventually he gets his fish. So that's how we communicate with Seamore, with a primary reward like fish, and with a bridge signal like the word okay. Now, once we've learned to communicate, the next step in animal training is to ask for some more complex behaviors. The way we train them is with what we call a target. Now, a target can be your hand, it could be this large pole up here by the stairs, or it could be the small of Jamie's bat that you saw her using just a moment ago. What we do with the target is we take a complex behavior that we want to train and we break it down into little steps with that target. When you put it all together, we have some pretty neat stuff. Jamie, would you explain to us how we use target training?
Alright, well what I'm going to do is demonstrate some of our target pull training. First of all, the first thing that our sea lions need to know is to follow this target with their muzzle anywhere it goes. Okay, so basically what this is this is an extension of my hand. Because my arms can't go this far, I need this target pole to reach across that pool above the water or even under the water. Okay, now he did that really well because he's very good at this. What we're going to do is demonstrate how we would train what we call hide and moat. So I have Seamore up here very close. I get him on this target pole, and then what I want him to do is dive down to the bottom of the boat, but I want him to hold on to the stage with his rear flippers. So I'll just draw this down a little further each time, a little further each time. He slowly slides down to about where he's just hanging on. And now I need to let him know that he's doing the correct behavior. You guys think he can hear me underwater? Probably not. Right. So what we train also, in addition to the word okay, is what we call a stomp bridge. He can feel this. Just like that. So, oh, careful. So, in the end, what will happen is I can give him a signal that we've already started training, like this. He goes down there without the target pole, and we can bridge him from there. Okay, what a good boy.
Thank you very much, Jamie. Let's give her a round of applause. That was some excellent target training. Now, Jamie just mentioned that we're going to use a signal as well. Our goal with the target is to train that complex behavior, and then we want to take the target away and use signals instead. Signals are more subtle, easier to use when we're doing a show to entertain you. We use 3 different types of signals here at this stadium. The first signal is a visual signal. This is one that the animals can see. For example, if all of you wanted to communicate hello to us here on stage without saying a word, how would you do that? Right on. This is a signal that people understand. Let's watch as Seamore and Jamie demonstrate their visual signals.
Okay, well what I'm going to do is I am going to do a visual signal here, but I'm going to be explaining something a little bit different that's a little different on Seamore here than some of our other animals, but he still does do visual behaviors, something like this. Okay. Okay.
Thank you very much. The next type of signal is a verbal signal, one that the animals can hear. For example, if you're at school and you're running down the hallway and someone yells, "Stop!" We all know exactly what that means. We've learned that. Well, let's watch as Seamore and Jamie demonstrate their verbal signals.
Stop. Okay. Okay. Out. Okay. Out. Okay. One unique thing about this particular animal, if you'll notice, we use quite a bit of verbal and what we'll soon learn to be tactile signals. The reason is, can you guys take a look at his eyes? Look very closely. You'll notice they're not exactly dark black like you typically see with sea lions. As sea lions age, sometimes they will develop cataracts. That's actually what has happened with this particular animal. So what we do is when we're training our animals, instead of using a lot of visual cues with an animal like this, we start to change all of his